Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a tutorial and I'm going to well my battle buddy and I are going to show you guys how we obtain a natural face that's military
in regulation. So we'll show you how we achieve this look.
So if you like this look, stay tuned and we'll show you exactly how we achieved it. All right, so with that said, let's get started.
Out there,
Hi ladies.
Hi y'all.
I'm Nat, aka Sergeant Major, soon to be Sergeant Major.
Okay. And I'm Shaquilla, Captain.
We're going to invite you guys to get ready with us for work. And we're going to show you how we put on our military regulated face.
In regulations is the key word, ladies.
Regulation. All right, and then we're going to share with you some of our makeup tips as far as what's in regulation, what looks good, what complements your uniform and your skin complexion.
And we're also going to answer some questions that we've gotten from some other soldiers, as well as some things that we get asked of us all the time. So we'll do a Q&A and a how-to.
Okay. Yeah. The first thing we do, we start with a primer.
Some type of primer. So I have two that I'm like real big on right now. I like the Milk Hydra Primer, and I also like the Farsali Skin Tune. So I like this one a lot more than the Milk. But this one, I don't like wearing it for work because it's expensive. It's expensive.
Right, so you have to choose your quality for your makeup. If you're going to use it every day, of course, and if you paid a lot of money, then you might want to...
This ain't for the motor pool Mondays. I'll put this on. I'm not going to the motor pool. Like this. All right.
So speaking of motor pool, let's talk about your background.
Okay, so I'm currently a field artillery officer, and I am assistant professor of military science at Howard University right now. So that's where I am. I just spent 4 years at the Great Place at Fort Hood with the best artillery battalion in the Army, 316 Field Artillery.
Okay.
I know, you got to hype them up.
I am soon to be Sergeant Major Davis. So I do work in a more clean cut environment. So a little bit of extra makeup is okay, I believe, in my opinion. I've been in for 19 years, so I've been wearing makeup since the day I joined. Only thing that's changed is I've gotten better. I've learned to wear what complements me and what complements my skin and stay in the regulation. As we all know, the regs has been changing and changing and changing, so you have to adapt. Right.
Yep.
What I did, I just put on some of MAC's Time Check lotion. For me, this keeps my oily skin from oiling up and messing up my makeup, so I can get a natural glow.
Okay.
But this helps, with the keeping my makeup in place.
Okay. So one thing I do, which is a little weird for some people, because some people like to set their skin afterwards. I always I set my skin before I put my foundation on, and I use this Laura Mercier setting powder that I use faithfully. But before I do that, I do have another Farsali product that I like to use. So I'm a little older, I'm 34. Oh yeah, of course.
You're older. I'm 37.
I know. So you older, you the oldest. So I take a little bit of this, take some of it. So this is it's like a turmeric based product that kind of brightens around the eyes. So I just dab a little bit around here after I put my primer on. You know how kind of get those dark spots around your eyes from the soldiers, like when they be stressing you out. So it kind of puts a little glow under your skin after you prime it. So if it feels a little tangled, it's the turmeric work. It's the turmeric work, and you only need like a little dab of it.
I see, because a little goes a long way.
Got a little shine, a little glow. So obviously I'm a fan of Farsali products. It's a big, I'm a big Sephora brand. Like me and my points, we be backing those things up.
Look at that, guys.
Yeah, you like it, right?
I do.
See that glow?
I love it. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll put that on, and then I'll take my Laura Mercier and I'll set my skin before I put my foundation on. And usually my beauty blender is wet, but I'm taking an L today because I forgot to wet it.
While she does that, I usually start with a Next to Nothing by MAC, guys. So, and I just put a little bit on all over my skin, and I take my brush and.
So I set my primer and my Farsali, what's this thing called? Let me see what it's called. Brightening Turmeric Eye Cream. So I set that around here before I put my foundation on. So I'm a little backwards in that area. And so I am a big Too Faced foundation. I like the Born This Way. Okay. So I use my Too Faced foundation, and I also use a Too Faced concealer, and I have their I use one of their concealers as a contour, but I don't contour for work, so I'm not even gonna play y'all today.
I like Anastasia's foundation, and I love Studio.
You like MAC?
I love.
She a big MAC fan. She got MAC money.
I'm sorry. You know, after 19 years, you
earned it.
You should, right? I didn't start this way, so before y'all start thinking I'm bougie. And for my concealer, what I also add to my under eye.
Oh, I thought she was bougie, and then she pulled out the LA Pro. She not bougie.
Because
we good. She still use
Pro girl.
You gotta get with that Pro concealer. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go.
Cannot.
No, we got better products out there. You really gotta try this Too Faced like Born This Way.
I'm gonna put Too Faced. Is that my color? I could try.
This might be your color on your foundation, but not your.
Okay.
This is my concealer color. This how I brighten up. So I do my concealer first, just like you do, and I use so I use this flat brush. So my brushes are MAC. This one is. But it's so old, I can't even tell you the number on it. It's MAC 190 maybe? They probably don't even make them like this anymore. I like Star Major here. I started wearing makeup when I first joined the Army. 17 years ago. So I've had this brush for about 17 years. I bought this one at my first duty station. When I was a little private, got my bonus. Couldn't tell me nothing. I was all in MAC.
I use one of my MAC brushes.
And I got this at the MAC in Hawaii where Jackie Ina used to work here too. She don't remember me, but big ups to Jackie. And so I don't mind wearing makeup to work on days where I know I'm not going to be in the motor pool. I just feel like it's a waste. I hate having like makeup lines all on my headgear, trying to sweat my way down to the motor pool. I work in that environment.
Your work environment is very, very important. So there's just that stigma. Let's talk about stigmas. The stigma about, females who wear makeup in uniform.
What about makeup in the field? Do you care?
I care.
You care? I don't care. I don't wear makeup in the field.
No, what I meant by I care.
Oh, you care if they do.
I care if I see you in the field with makeup on. I'm just like, no.
When you have time for that?
No, it's not the place. It's not the time. No one cares.
No one cares.
If you wear makeup, they will care and they will start talking.
Yeah.
All right.
I barely care about hair. So I used to have hair, obviously natural hair. And I used to always get, like, working in the Bradley, we have this, there's Velcro all over the place. And I used to get my hair stuck in the Velcro. It was plenty of times, like, legit, my soldiers have had to come help me. Like, I'm stuck. Me and my whole braid stuck to the top of the Bradley.
Oh, no.
It's a true story. So some days I'll just do this, too. Like, if I don't feel like doing a full face, I'll just do some concealer, blend this out real good with some setting spray, and that's it.
Yeah,
I feel good.
Some days, as long as I get the eyes and I cover up these blemishes, which my skin is doing a lot better. I've improved my skincare routine.
What's your skincare?
I wash my face naturally, so I would like to say that skincare starts on the inside. It's not what you put on your face, it's what put in your body.
Look.
So your girl cut out dairy because I got sick and tired.
Oh yeah, dairy is big on your skin.
I got sick and tired.
Dairy is very bad on your skin.
So I cut out some dairy. There's so many options out there now. I started with a lot of water. I cut the dairy. I eat more fruits and vegetables. It's an inside job. I knew that, but I just wanted to get away with living my life, but it was coming up on my face. Look at this. but it's getting better. If you look at one of my other videos, they were darker. I had more red spots.
Turmeric is good for like brightening those dark spots. Like any turmeric based product, you should look into those. It's good. I got me a few right here. I think this is just new. This is living in DC right here. This is new.
So yes, we were talking about less, where less is more. Yeah. So we hit the eyes, and then what I normally do is I would conceal I'll cover my blemishes. Once I cover that, it's like she said, I take a brush and then I can be done. Right?
Facts. Same here.
You don't have to keep going. Once you hit your favorite spots, you don't have to keep going. But I'm gonna go ahead and do some coverage. One day these spots are gonna be gone. Quick, one day soon. Yeah. And I'm not gonna have to do this part right here. So.
And I usually do my brows first. I don't know why I didn't start with that. I'm backwards today. But I recently got a microbladed, so I really don't do anything with it anymore.
What's microbladed?
When they use the,
I've seen it, but like
So they basically take like a needle, not like a needle, but like a blade, you know, similar to this, and they dip it in like this tattoo type ink, and they just kind of like you can't feel it, but you can hear it. It fades. It doesn't come off. So in about a year, it'll fade, and you can, you know, you go back and you get touch-ups and stuff like that. So this has been my.
You would say it's worth it?
Yeah, this is like my third time doing it. So I had it done a long time ago in Hawaii. Got it done again in Korea, and then I just recently got it done again here in DC. But DC has been by far the most expensive that I paid for. And because my eyebrows are microbladed, I don't do anything but set them with either a clear, depending on the look that I'm going for. They're kind of bold. They're still brand. They're still kind of fresh.
Oh, okay.
So I use, like, Anastasia has this this brow gel, so my actual hair strokes will stay in place. So I'll put this on. Now, if I feel like they're too bold and it's like, man, they really coming at me, like my brows, some days your brows can feel like they're overpowering my face.
Let me tell you about bold brows.
Right. I use this MAC. This MAC has a setting, has a brow gel called Girl Boy. So I'll take the Girl Boy and I'll stroke it in there, and then it makes it look
a little brown.
Yeah, yeah. So it doesn't look as like, damn girl, where you going?
Right. I'm going to work. Check it out. I was born with brows.
Must be nice. You ain't got to stun on me in your video now.
Let me tell you something. I got bullied for having a unibrow when I was a kid. I got bullied in basic training. My drill sergeant called me a ferocious anteater. I was running from a bee. You know you're supposed to be still in formation. But this bee was bothering me, so I was like, he said, leave my bees alone. You looking like a ferocious anteater. He said, if anything, they're scared of you.
Oh.
Baby, listen.
But now everybody wants those brows, right? Now everybody wants your brows. So you won in the brow game.
So I don't have to do much to them, but if I really want them to speak before I do, I do them.
You do them?
And
do you do them for work?
I'm really going to speak to you. I do. Well, what I do for work is I just highlight them. Okay. So I'll just show you what I do.
So you don't add any color. You
I'll just like fix my tail
with that Pro Conceal. All right, we're gonna get her off the Pro Conceal, y'all.
Listen,
we are past this. We are past this.
If you're not past this,
this is so 2009 when everybody was starting their YouTube pages. We are not doing that this year. We are leaving that in 10 years ago. We're leaving that in that last decade.
Well, check it out.
Y'all, she really got
If you got kids.
Y'all, she don't use like you got kids.
No, I have a kid in college. I have a 3-year-old whose daycare fee is like he's in college.
But she also has this as a setting spray. Y'all, don't do this to these people.
So the key is balance, right? The key is balance. You do what works for you. When it works.
That's true. Just do what works for you.
Balance it out. You'll notice, like in my fitness life, like I don't say stick to a certain diet. I just say, hey, balance it out. If you want to go out and have drinks, go out and have drinks. But you can't do that all the time.
All the time.
And think you're gonna lose weight.
You have that gut and you're mad.
So what I normally do is I take my little. This is MAC. Everything's gonna be MAC until I.
That's fine.
Until I not.
Oh, but except the Pro Conceal.
Except the Pro Conceal.
Because that makes sense. Now I guess I'll do my foundation. So like I said, I use Too Faced Born This Way. This is called Tiramisu. This is my color. And I usually put my foundation on with a blending, like my beauty blender. But like I said, it's dry. So we're going to chalk it to the game and use my MAC I do got some MAC stuff. My
You
MAC
sure do. Don't act like
1283. I got their brushes, but I've had these brushes for years, like for real, for years.
what's wrong with it?
Nothing. They last. And this tiramisu like just blends so well.
Tiramisu. Where?
That's the color. That's the color of the foundation.
Oh.
You can't tell.
No.
You can't tell I added it
I'm
on.
like, oh, where?
It's such a good pretty. It's such a good color. Yeah, I love it, and it covers like. I like it because it covers my blemishes, so I don't feel like I have to like spot treat sometimes.
Yeah.
So if it's bad, then yeah, of course I'll use my concealer on it. But like with this, it's full coverage, long lasting, and it's just very, very blendable. It feels real milky.
All right, so you guys see, I don't have to. Once I blend these, I don't have to really draw on them because the eyebrows would be talking. I don't talk a lot, but
I do.
if I catch you with the wrong hairstyle or the wrong makeup, I don't care what the rank is,
Yeah.
I will talk to you.
As you should.
So let's talk about
okay,
making
my thing
corrections.
is what about social media? So that's my big thing right now. I hate to see like junior leaders, like, you know, biggest violators of these regulations is usually us officers. I say us because sometimes, you know, we make, not we.
She
but
said
people
it.
make
I didn't
mistakes.
say it. Don't
It's
get
true.
offended. She said it.
It's true. Like I see some of like the younger lieutenants that I'm friends with and younger captains who, not all of us,
Not
but
everybody.
some of them, you know, they push it with the regulation. They little paint nail polish and it's like, sis, you can't have that. And you don't know how to, it's like you trying to make that correction, but they're your peers. So for you, I mean, you got the rank to be like, hey, come here, LT. And they gonna be like, well, Sergeant Major already squared me away. You know, it's harder as
no. I'll give you an example because I hadn't. So you don't always have the rank. So what do you do when you don't have the rank, but you know you need to square somebody away? First of all, you got to have the fortitude and the courage to step forward and say, hey, you know what? I got to make that correction. I had a full bird colonel, and I was a staff sergeant, and she was like our battalion commander. And she loves me to this day, and she remembers me. She saw me. She's retired, and she says, Master Sergeant, she said, I remember you. She said, you corrected me on my nails one time. I said, yes, ma'am, I did. And she said, you know what? She was like, you're good with me. So anyways, I saw her with the nails. She had on French tips. French tips has been out the door since forever. Never.
No, for real. It's like forever.
So I walked up to her and I said, oh ma'am, I said, I like your French tips. And she's like, oh, I said, but I said, we can't have French tips. Or maybe I said something like, hey ma'am, are you aware that we're not allowed to have French tips? So I asked a question.
Yeah, right.
So I don't go in and say, hey, fix your nails because it's a
you
private.
You look in a mess. Yeah.
I said,
it's a private. That's how I'm doing it though.
So you want to give that respect. Are you aware that we're not allowed to have French tips? She says, yeah, but she said, I just got back from leave and I'm just doing my own thing. I said, can I follow? I said, can I follow you? Can I do it? I said, I want French tips. To me, French tips look very professional.
Yeah.
Right. So I made the correction and she pretty much let me know that she was going to do her own thing. However, I left a lasting impression on her because she met me almost 10 years later and was like, I remember you from somewhere.
She didn't fix herself. So yeah, I try to like police up my peers. And we have conversations all the time. Like the big thing now is like the lashes. The individual lashes, you can get them like semi-permanent. That everybody love those right now. Yeah. And I'm like, just don't waste your money. You can't have it. Like, why risk it?
Right. And they're gonna try to, because they can be discreet.
Yeah, but no, it's not worth it. I mean, first of all, they're expensive, and I just feel like I'm not about to like risk something that somebody gonna be like, oh, that's not authorized, and I just spent $120 getting it done or whatever.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm just taking my my foundation powder and I'm blending out my coverage.
Yep. So I use Makeup Forever, which is my go-to foundation. I guess it's more like a setting powder, but it's dark, and I just put that on my brush and I blend it. I put it all over. I usually don't, for work, I don't go back in and put on any more setting powder, the Laura Mercier. I just kind of work with what I have, and my face look good. I don't know if y'all can see how good this looks.
No, you gotta get in that light, bro, so you can see
that. It looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, so making corrections, especially as you become a leader, especially as an NCO, you owe it to other NCOs to make the on-the-spot correction, because if you don't, you just set a new standard. Don't go back and talk about, oh, did you see this female officer? Did you see this soldier? Did you make the correction?
Yeah. I used to call my boss, like my old boss, and I think it's so combat arms background is a little different, and I think that's what happens at a lot of ROTC programs and stuff. Like a lot of our instructors are combat arms, so they're not familiar with like looking up female hair and nails.
That's
and so
true.
People get away with it on their campus, and they they transition to big army and they think they can do it still, and it's like no. But my boss used to be like, or like people would come up to me and be like, oh, you need to go and correct Lieutenant so-and-so. I'm like, I'm not the black girl whisperer. You go make the same correction. Go tell her what you saw wrong.
Who's the black girl whisperer?
I'm the black girl whisperer.
Real quick, I didn't put any like foundation on yet, because just to keep that like, I know we had some questions that that are asked of me. How do you achieve the less is more face, the bare minimum? So if I didn't have these blemishes, I wouldn't have put that there. But like I said, we did our eyes, and so this is my mineralized, and I just take that and I just do the whole thing. And really, after you do that in your brows, we haven't done eyes yet, but as far as the minimum, the bare minimum look, you can stop right here. Like I've covered.
Yeah, this is about all you need
eyebrows
foundation wise.
You can stop there. I didn't put my